Hey everybody, it is March 17th, 2017, and just want to cover one trade really quickly here. And in particular, it's kind of looking at areas where you can fade or potentially fade. And of course, you can always run into a train when this kind of stuff happens. But I just kind of want to show you the setup of what I was looking at, and specifically looking over here at the ES. The price had been trading, and you can see here you've got a bunch of sellers that have been active around this 2378 level. But notice that right up here you've got this heavy area that goes all the way back of somebody sitting in the 2380. So that's a sign of an area of liquidity, and I'm expecting that price wants to go up to that area of liquidity. And you can see here from the chart perspective, we've kind of been trading in this range. We're kind of at the top end of the range. And so what you're looking for is a bit of a breakout. You're looking for then absorption here in this 2380 area. Notice there's nothing really on the chart that corresponds to where that should be a stopping point. This is really important. This is the difference between order flow and price action, and where order flow can give you an advantage sometimes. So we're kind of moving up here. You can see price start to hit in, and it hits in pretty strongly. So you see price come up, but notice they're not yet pulling orders here from this 2380. This is a sign that, hey, we want to sell at this 2380 mark. And so I'm actually watching this. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. We see some heavy size come in. There's a bit of a stall or pause right here. And in fact, I remember at this point I was a little bit frustrated. I'm like, come on, you want to get to 2380 is what I'm saying to myself. I'm speaking to the screen. I did not want this to be the turning point. I wanted 2380 to be the turning point. And so I'm just waiting a little bit longer. And what we'll see here, if I can fast forward it to the right spot, so just move forward, you can see sellers are active. Okay, now we hit up here in this 2380 spot, and we'll just watch here. You'll notice that price is going to come in up here and start absorbing all of this liquidity. And so again, I'm going to fast forward here. You see 2380. Now notice right here, 1,245 contracts traded right up here. 1117 right here. But notice you got 65 right here. You got 67, 69. It's like all liquidity here. It didn't get pulled. It was absorbed right here. And what I want to see is sellers start to hit back in really strong. So before I do this fade trade, I want to see sellers hit back in. And so I'm starting to see a little bit of this. I see this big guy come in at 160. That's encouraging. I'm still checking to make sure, again, still checking to make sure that the buyers aren't going to hit back in and try to run this up further. And we'll just get here. So there we go. Oh, sorry, I jumped ahead. Let me just do this. So we get here. You notice I got my finger on the button. I decide to hit in right here, hoping I'll get one tick back up or I'll get absorbed here. Again, this is SIM. I'm still waiting for my funds to clear. And eventually what happens is I get filled. It ticks one tick back up. I get my fill, which I'm totally excited about. And then it's a question of, is price going to run through me, or is it gonna back tick? So we'll save you the suspense. This is me kind of moving around a little bit. It came back up again. So I'd actually missed what I thought I'd missed the trade, but then I thought, well, maybe this is just the first back tick. And then when it came back up again, I hit back in, and I was real happy to see only 33 trade right up here, 684 on the sell side, and I get filled, and then I moved my stop down here 4 ticks, just because I want to see a bit more of a move. And again, really happy not seeing, remember those numbers we were seeing over 1,000? We're not seeing that anymore. We see the buyers really starting to slow down. We see the sellers here starting to hit back in. And anyway, we can just kind of watch this, but what's going to end up happening is the sellers are going to come in right here. They realize that the buyers are done. The sellers are going to hit back in here, and it comes back and takes this 4 ticks pretty easily. So there we go. Of course, I'm just watching to make sure nothing happens, but I love seeing this 447. Not a lot of size, actively trading here, and we'll sweep down here in a minute. In fact, I'll just fast forward this. I'm sure you don't want to see this. And then boom, taken out. So I just thought this was a really good example of where you can see areas of support and resistance that may not be obvious on the chart, places where there are turning points. I love the auction Vista. This is all stuff that people who really are accustomed to reading the order flow could see without auction Vista, except for the historical view. But I'm finding it very helpful, very useful. So a good example here.